Okay, so yeah, it finally happened. My Blackberry Priv has bitten the dust. So the screen has cracked the second time, so I sent it back to repairs, and when I got it back it was fine at first, but after a few days the screen started flickering intermittently when I flipped up to get a keyboard. So right, I decided, and the speed it's starting to get very slow, and the shop says that it's because the Blackberry doesn't have a very powerful CPU, and the amount of apps I have on there has been bogging the system down. So right, I decided to retire it half-heartedly because it can't serve its purpose anymore if it's crippled like that. So yeah, I actually went on the internet to look for replacement phones. At first I wanted a FX Tech Pro one, but yeah, apparently it's made to order. You have to wait 3 months for it, so I can't wait that long. I need the phone to be able to log into my company's systems. So yeah, then there's the Unihertz Titan, which seems like a very good phone, but when I tried to buy it, they won't ship to Malaysia. They claimed it was the COVID-19 pandemic causing them to not be able to get it certified by the Malaysian regulatory bodies. So yeah, seemingly out of options, I decided to get a phone without keyboard. Very unlikely of me, but there you go. The Cosmo communicator I stopped wanting the Cosmo communicator after I found out that it doesn't have a world multi-radio. So right, so it was a tough choice between, I don't know, about this time a lot of people were raving about the ROG Phone 3, and well, I thought of getting a Sony Xperia Mark II, but yeah, won't be available in Malaysia until November. So yeah, here we are. I came crawling back to Asus, but in the most unexpected way. So right, we'll be unboxing the ROG Phone 3. Well, actually, yeah. Alright, so yeah, ROG Phone 3. This is the highest end model, the 16 gig one. This is the 6A8027WW, which according to Asus Hong Kong is supposed to be world multi. Well, actually I couldn't find the Malaysian frequency, but I'm going to take the word for it, because when I checked, there's actually regulate FCC and Canadian markings on regulatory markings on it, so it should be certified there. So this must be the world multi version. So alright, we'll be unboxing this. Well, the box have the address for Germany and Taiwan, but yeah, let's get to it. Right, so this is the phone itself, the box, and opening up, yeah, we find that it's empty because I already took it out to do my restoration, to restore my settings and stuff, to test to make sure it works. I have it in my pocket right now, but yeah, we'll get to it later. So, and what else is provided with the phone? Well, first you get this. First thing you come across in the box is this weird looking fan thing. Yeah, yes, a weird looking fan. This thing needs an external cooling solution. Apparently it's for when you play too much, when you're playing games, you need this to just keep the thing extra cool. So the fan actually lights up both on the back and on the front, on the ROG logo, and on the back, on the Public of Gamers text. So yeah, this is the fan unit, and then aside from that, you also get a bunch of manuals, the SIM key. So right here, this is the SIM key. I'm not going to take it out because it's small. So right, a bunch of manuals. And then you get this, a very simple case for the phone. So right, Basically it just snaps it in like that, like so, and yeah, doesn't do much to protect the case, but yeah, Asus sells a higher quality protector that includes a screen protector and actually bigger and bulky, much more bulkier, that protects the whole phone, but that costs 279 Malaysian ringgit, and it's not available yet in Malaysia. So yeah, we'll review. I think I'll make an update video when that arrives. So, but yeah. Anyways, so aside from the phone, you also get this honking huge charger. This is 65. This is. I never really checked. This is 5 volt 3 amps 15 watt or 9 volt 3 amp 27 watts. So it's a 27 watt charger. Oh wait, there's a 12 volts 30 watt and 15 volts 30 watt and 20 volts 50 watts. So right, it goes up to, it's a high speed charger. It goes up to 20 volts and 50 watts. And then you get this new newfangled USB-C cable. So yeah, it's USB-C on both sides. And last but not least, you get a USB-C to headphone jack. Yeah, they're going the Apple route, but yeah, given that many people use Bluetooth headsets nowadays, yeah. Alright, so let's take a look at the phone itself. So as you can see, the phone is kinda hefty. It has RGB on the back. I don't know why people need this, but most people just have a blinking red dot on the front, but apparently Asus want to go all out to have RGB on the back. So yeah, oh, it's lighting up, that means the phone is on. Aside from that, it has a 64 megapixel camera, a secondary 12 megapixel camera, and the flash, and an IR. If I'm not mistaken, there's a third IR lens on the phone. So yeah, on the front you have a single camera, and then there's a biometric fingerprint reader built right into the screen. So let's unlock it, and right immediately you see that it has the old desktop. Well, actually it doesn't come this way, but yeah, it has the Blackberry Launcher. How come? This is a little funny. So right, when I restored my Google settings, the phone started to download all the apps that I had on this device, on my Blackberry Priv, including the launcher. So yeah, it's fingerprint unlock. It installed my Blackberry Launcher. So basically this thing is basically now I don't know what to call it, a semi Blackberry, I guess. You also install all the Blackberry apps. All the Blackberry apps you can install. So yeah, but you can note that the Blackberry Launcher now have ads. I call Blackberry, this was actually on purpose so that you can have your Blackberry Launcher. If you leave the Blackberry ecosystem, you can still have your launcher. But yeah, if you pay $3.95, you can get rid of the apps. $3.95 Malaysian dollar a month. You can get rid of all the apps. So I might just take up the offer. So yeah, all 160 apps that I had on my Priv have been installed on this thing, and actually kind of surprising. It's actually very smooth compared to the Priv, which will be choking. So right, this is, I don't know, amazing how much difference 2 cores make. So yeah. Anyway, though, yeah, I can't haste the one downside I noticed is, I can't haste the phone anymore because the Pip Ahoy app no longer works. It crashes the phone. So yeah, that's just unfortunate, I guess. So right, aside from that, the one thing I like about the Blackberry Launcher is this: you can actually put your finger on the app, drag down, and you'll actually show some extra functionality. There are a number of apps which has this built in. So yeah, I'm surprised that no other launchers have this functionality built in. I mean, This is damn useful. Look, just flip it down and suddenly all my notes are available. Just flip it down and I have a record and I have my calendar. I don't have to open the app. I don't know why this is only available on BlackBerry, but I'm glad I get to transfer it over. So yeah, I have my functionality. I'll pay the $3.95. So okay, so People Hoy no longer works. Another thing, another QuickMark app is still, but thankfully QuickMark still works, so that's a good thing. So alright, so another thing about the phone is, let me bring out Ada 64 show. So right, you know how the Asus been plugging that this phone is supposed to be a Snapdragon 865 Plus?
Hey guys, Ramchok from the future here. I've decided to mute the entire stretch of audio because, well, after doing further research, according to XDA developers, the 865 Plus and 865 have the same CPU ID code. AIDA 64 and CPU ID will report the 865 Plus as the 865. But if you check the CPU speed, you'll notice that it's running 100 MHz faster than the stock 865. So yeah, why Qualcomm didn't choose a new CPU ID for the device is beyond me, but there you go. So okay.
At least it does come with the 16 gig that the promised 16 gigs of memory and 512 gig of storage. So yeah, really useful, like all this storage space. But as a downside of having so much storage, there's no SD card. There's no SD card slot for this, but that's something I can live with. So the phone ships with Android 10. It's Asus's modified version. So hold on. For those who want to know, is using Android runtime 0.9 with a Java heap size of 256, ART version 2.1. But yeah, finally, though, they call the baseband OB1 as if this is their only hope. Now install the fan. Alright, so yeah, it took some time to get the rubber grommet out of here. So you can see that there's two connectors in there. So no doubt you can slide the fan open like this. No doubt one connector is for the RGB, the other connector is to power the fan itself. But yeah, you just connect the fan, attach the fan like this, and it locks into place. And then yeah, just your fingers touch and okay. So with the fan on, you can see the RGB has light up. So yeah, have everything transferred back and everything smooth as it should. But yeah, I also have this Armory Crate program that controls the RGB. So right, you have console, we have the RGB lighting controls for all this. So yeah, and then for game library, it shows you all the games you've installed on this phone. So there's like Solitaire, all the Pokemon Go, Pocket Kid Story, Anime Studio Story, some, yeah. Just basically display all the apps, and then you can launch it from here with the advanced profile. So right, so yeah, and it also supports face unlocking. So, okay, so how's the functionality? So I've not played any games on it yet. I'm gonna do that I'm gonna spend a week with this thing, and well, I'm not planning to publish this video so by the time we'll jump cut to the results after this. So yeah, I'll be back in a week, but for you guys it'll be a quick jump cut. I'll present photographs and from the cameras, and well, I'll be reporting on the game performance overall. Okay, so it is now the 27th of September, 1 week has passed, and I've been using the ROG phone for a whole week now. And well, I never really thought I'd say this, but my mind is blown. This thing is fast, very fast. Apps open snappily. I have all my security programs and you know, payment and banking apps that I need to use at work loaded onto this that will otherwise cause my Blackberry to be crying uncle. This thing it didn't break a sweat. It handled everything smoothly. Yeah, so right. Photography wise, I haven't tested the video camera yet, but the still cameras are mind blowing. I mean, seriously, 64 megapixels. I thought the 18 megapixels on my Blackberry Priv was mind blowing, and wow. Adding to that is this thing. Seriously, dude. The camera on this thing is superb. I tried macro mode, I tried the zoom, I tried the normal mode, the 13 megapixel normal mode, the 5 megapixel macro camera, and of course the 64 megapixel professional camera, and wow, seriously. This thing, lightning fast autofocus, video stabilization, and the pro mode. Definitely, if you're used to using a pro camera, seriously, it's like using a pro camera. I mean, look, it even has the spectrogram for the color temperatures and stuff. And for audio, but I haven't tried using pro video yet. But yeah, it has the same spectrograms as well as stereo audio. And yeah, this thing has stereo audio, like my N97 before it. Unlike the Priv and like the N97, this thing records in stereo and has noise reduction, auto noise cancelling. This will make recording kiddie ride music damn easy and damn clean. So yeah, the night mode is great. Although I only taken 2 or 3 night photos so far. But yeah, even from a moving car, pictures come out crisp and sharp. So yeah, I never really thought I'd say this, but it has great cameras. And as for gaming, it really does live up to the name. Seriously, I've never seen a game run at 144 frames per second refresh. But now that I've seen it, I don't think I want to try anything else. It's just like playing games on my laptop. But yeah. So, and one more thing. Yeah, that's great. So you can see that when running a game, it has this cool status, frame rate counter, and other status like CPU load, battery life, GPU load, and CPU temperature on it. So yeah, this is definitely, you're playing on a whole new game, even if when you game, you're gaming on a whole new level with this thing. Oh yeah, and lastly, yeah, this is a 16 megabyte model, but seriously, I did a check. All the banking and security and system apps that I use at work, as well as all the social apps installed, total 10 gigabytes of RAM. So yeah, I'm not sure how, but there you go. 3 banking apps, 5 security apps. Yeah, 3 banking apps because of my credit cards, and then 5 two-factor authentication apps, which is both Microsoft and Google's offering, plus RT, and then Steam, and then Valve and Blizzard's proprietary offering. So yeah, that's 5. And then there's all those bonus cards, all those reward cards, and then yeah, in all my social networking like Twitter, Reddit, and stuff. Total 10 gigs. No wonder the Priv was crying uncle. I have no idea why is it that app writers have to write their programs to suck up memories like this, but there you go. 10 gig, 12 gig will probably just be barely enough, and 16 gig will probably be the future. So yeah. Another good thing about this phone is Asus has pledged full support for alternative OSs, whether you want Lineage or Sailfish or other weird Android concoction, or even Ubuntu. Asus has pledged that they allow installation into this, as opposed to the Blackberry, which is kind of very, very locked down. So yeah, Asus is going the complete opposite direction here. So that's another hat off to respect them in my book. So right. So, but yeah, for apps location, but for storage, I think 512 I might have went for overkill by getting the 502 gig version, but at the moment all my apps total 42. Well, that's already 2/3 the storage of the Blackberry Priv, which has 64 gigs. So yeah, and even that is 32 divided between the SD card and its internal storage. So yeah, 512.16 may well be the future of Android. So it's great to see that Asus is taking progressive steps to create a phone that is future-proof. So yeah, my hats off to them. I never thought I'll say this, but I've been doing my daily driving stuff on it, like Reddit and even editing TV tropes. So yeah, this thing, even the front camera is snappy. I have face unlocking enabled on the phone, and the moment I press the power switch, it unlocks. The face detection immediately detects my face. So yeah. So in conclusion, this is an excellent phone. Do I recommend it? Yes. I think the price is a bit high, but for this specs, the price is well worth it. My only complaint is the Asus's model number system. For example, you don't know if you're getting 8 gig, 12 gig or 16 gig model, or the storage if it's going to be 128, 128, 256, 512, or even the limited edition 1 terabyte version that's only available in China. There's no way you're going to tell unless you look at the box. Looking at phone alone, you don't know. Even by serial number, you don't know. Even on the radio, is it a global radio or is it a Europe-Asia radio? So yeah, the only clues I can get that can affirm that mine is the global version is the Asus's Hong Kong website, which assures me that the SKU is for 16 gig 512 gig 16 gig RAM, 512 gig flash, and global radio ROG Phone 3. So yeah. Oh yeah, one more gripe with this device. A lot of older Android apps are not going to work on this. I already tried. My Pip Ahoy app has stopped working on this. Several older games I had stopped working on this. Yeah, a lot of older apps written for Android 6 when the Blackberry Priv was coming out. It's not going to run on this. I tried sideload. Pip Ahoy is no longer available for this on the App Store. I tried sideloading it. It's not running. So yeah, this is Google's fault. So I don't know what they changed, but completely blocked Pip Ahoy from running. So no hazing this device. Oh yeah, one more thing, battery life. Yeah, the battery life of this phone isn't that great. It's, well, despite being given a 6000 milliamp hour battery, the phone isn't holding up. So yeah, you probably want to have a power bank with this phone, but and that raises another issue. The phone simply doesn't work with existing power banks. You need to get a new power bank that can provide the ampere it needs. So yeah. Well, despite all these shortcomings, I'm gonna give it a pass. Oh yeah, one more thing. The CPU. After doing a lot of deep research, I concluded that this is indeed a Snapdragon 865 Plus, despite what CPU ID and AIDA64 says. The reason being because in the system and in the hardware information location, it says that this CPU is 3.1 gig. So it's a 3.1 gig CPU run and 16 gig RAM. So yeah. So is there any difference between a real 865 plus, between the 865 Plus and an overclocked stock 865? Is there any way to tell? Probably not. But yeah, one thing I wish. My only two complaints is with Asus having a not very clear model numbering scheme, and with Snapdragon not giving the 865 Plus a separate CPU ID code. It's the Snapdragon 865 Plus. It's like they have this is Snapdragon 865 but with a faster clock oscillator. There's no way to tell if this is 865 Plus or 865 just by running a CPU ID on it. So yeah, For this is not Asus fault. This is Qualcomm's fault. Qualcomm should have I think Qualcomm should have placed a have a unique CPU ID for 865 plus devices. So yeah, for them to just share the same CPU ID as a standard box standard 865 is just like Asus, modeling scheme. So right, I think that's all I have to say for it. I'm very impressed with this phone. So not much complaints here. So right, I'll probably continue using this as my daily driver for years to come. So yeah, as long as updates are available for it, and when updates stop, I'll probably switch to Lineage or Sailfish. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Remtel signing off, and yeah, see you next video. Remtel signing out.